How to use your IRA and 401K to secure your financial future. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you 8 things you should consider if you wanna retire earlier. I'm Ella Rivkin, financial freedom expert and owner of accounting firm with over 26 years of experience in taxation. If you would like to find out how much you can save on taxes by putting away money towards the pension, you can subscribe to my channel and get a link for my tax savings calculator that will allow you to identify how much you will be saving on taxes by putting the money towards the pension. Here's the problem. Too many people thinking, why should we put the money towards the pension if it's so far away? I mean, like, you don't want to be waiting till you're like 70 years old to retire. And that's totally understandable. I feel exactly the same way. But here's the thing to consider. You don't need to wait till you are 70 years old to use this money and to start enjoying your life and to actually retire. So the first thing is that identify how much money do you need to retire on. The beauty of this is once you identify that number, then you can retire as early as 30, 40 years old, depending whatever your age is. And another beautiful thing is that it's so easy once you identify the number is then to put the plan together to get to where you want to be. The second thing is identify the basic benefits of the pension plans. So here's the thing, there's so many different pension plans. And a lot of the time, people just feel overwhelmed because they don't know which one they need to contribute on. And then especially here's another thing, you're probably listening to all these financial gurus and everyone tells you different things. This is what I'm gonna tell you. Don't listen to anyone. There is no one size fits all. Everything is based on your financial situation. There's many different plans. There's a IRA, there's a Roth IRA, there's a traditional IRA. Roth IRA, that's something that allows you to make a contribution after you already paid the taxes, so it's not tax deductible. But then what happens is that then in the future, whenever you start tapping into this money, you don't pay any taxes on the earnings. One of the reasons would be great for you to use the IRA is because you don't have any pension plans through your employer. Then also there is a 401k plans. There is a traditional 401k or there is a Roth 401k. So this is something that allows you to put more money versus the regular IRA contribution. And typically the 401k you use through your employer. Also, if you are a business owner, there is a SEP, there is a profit sharing. So that allows you to put a higher contribution. So let's say like for IRA, you can put away as much as $23,000, or if you're over 50, you can put as much as $30,500. Then if you have a business for the SEP and profit sharing, together with the 401k, you can put as much as $69,000. Also, there is another plan if you are a business owner, which is called defined benefit plan. Defined benefit plan will allow you to put as much as $275,000. You see, like, all these different plans have different benefits in terms of how you can make the contribution, how much you're saving in taxes, but then also at the same time, it allows you to put away different amount of money. The third one is the tax benefits of the pension plans. Each plan, besides just allowing you to put a different amount of money, also gives you the different tax benefit. So the tax benefits actually is the most common overlooked benefit, because by saving money on taxes, by putting away this money towards the plan, you can accumulate faster your wealth. Just for example, let's say if you're putting away $10,000 towards the pension plan. So besides just putting this money towards this pension to save and start accumulating the interest and making money, at the same time, let's say if it's a tax deductible pension plan, then you can get the instant tax saving. So that means that you instantly getting return on your investment. So let's say, for example, if you're like in a 24% federal tax bracket, so by putting away this $10,000, you instantly making $2,400. Let's say if you have your own business and you're making a lot of money, if you decide to put money towards the defined benefit plan because you have a very high profit in your company and your salary is very high. I remember one of my clients, she was able to put as much as $260,000. And by putting away $260,000, again, not only just to put this away to start saving and accumulating wealth on that, she was able to save on taxes as much as $150,000. Think of that. Here's another thing with the tax benefit. That's why I'm saying like there is no one size fits all. So let's say you're putting money towards the 401k plan, and then now you're having all these tax deductions and the benefits. But then few years later, you know, this happens a lot, very often. It happened with my daughter. I remember with my husband when he used to work as an employee. Let's say you lost your job and you're not making any income. So then at that moment, what you can do is that you can take this money, whatever you have in your 401k account, and then you can convert them to the Roth 401k or to the Roth IRA. So what it's gonna give you is, because when you originally put this money towards the 401k, you had instant tax benefit, tax saving, you save the money on taxes. But now that you're not making any money, you're converting this to Roth 401k to Roth IRA. Now it means that you're paying tax, but then later on, once you start making more and more money, then you're not going to be paying any taxes on that. The fourth one is start earlier. So here's the thing. The earlier you start, the faster you will accumulate the wealth, and then the faster you can retire and do the things that you love to do. If you start putting away $20,000 for the next 10 years, earning 8% interest rate, you're gonna accumulate as much as like $336,000. But then if you're gonna wait for 5 years and then you're gonna start putting this $20,000, it's gonna take you another 10 years to accumulate this $336,000. So then in total, it's gonna take you 15 years to accumulate this amount versus starting it right away and accumulating in 10 years. The fifth one to consider is maximizing your contribution. By maximizing this contribution, you can get the higher tax deduction, meaning that you can instantly save this money and add this to the savings account to get you faster to your desired goal. Let's say if you have a business, and then you can put away the 401k contribution, but then at the same time, you can tap into the different plan by putting away towards the SEP and the profit sharing. So then instead of just putting 23,000, you can put away as much as 69,000. Or if you have a defined benefit plan, then you can even do a higher contribution as high as 275,000. So by putting more money, you're saving more on taxes, you saving more to begin with, and then that gets you much faster to that desired goal. When my mom was working, so what I used to do is the way I designed it, I would take advantage of all this maximum contribution. So she would put away money towards the 401k. Also, she will take advantage of the catch-up contribution. So typically, if you are over age 50, then you can do the catch-up contribution. So, and then at the same time, her income allowed, what I would do is I would take advantage of the IRA contribution as well. So this is how we were maximizing. She was doing IRA, catch-up for the IRA, 401k, plus catch-up for the 401k contribution as well. She was complaining, obviously, because she was like, why am I putting so much away? But then what it allowed us is, besides just putting the money, we also was saving on taxes. And here's the interesting thing that happened. During the COVID, her company closed and they laid off everyone. Instead of just starting and looking for a new job, like all of her co-workers started doing, she was able to take all the retirement money that she saved and retire. So number 6 is to take advantage of the employer match plans. So if you are employee and you're working for someone, so typically employers, what they offer is they offer employee match plans. So if you're making a contributions towards the 401k or 403 plans, whatever pension plans that they have, so typically what they do is like they match maybe like 3 to 5% of what you making a contribution. So that's kind of a free money for yourself. That's another like extra maybe like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 that you can start adding and accumulating in your savings account. The seventh one is to diversify your investment portfolio. So the most common way known is when you're putting money away towards the pension plans is putting in this financial institution. So typically it's like a Fidelity, E-Trade, Ameritrade. So, and typically it's just putting towards the mutual funds. Especially if you are an employee, you don't have too many choices because you are limited to what the employer allows you to do. So typically like they participate with one brokerage house and then they give you certain portfolios that you can invest in. At the same time, if you wanna do a little bit different and use like alternative investments, what you can do is that you can convert this money to IRA, and then by doing that, that gives you more flexibility, more opportunities to invest on your own. And what I'm talking about is a self-directed IRA. If you want to do like a self-directed IRA, then that will allow you to even invest into the real estate. I've been doing this already for over 10 years since I manage my own money, my own portfolio. One of the ways how I invest money in the real estate is using this pension plan. Lastly, the last one would be is to monitor and readjust your portfolios. So here's the thing, there is no one size fits all. The market changes, real estate changes, like everything changes. So I strongly suggest is to monitor your portfolio. Try to monitor as often as probably even like every quarter. I typically for myself, I do it monthly. If you can do it every quarter or at least every year, then it will allow you to see how much you have, how fast it's accumulating the money, and then at the same time you can see what's going on, like how you're earning the money. If you see that the portfolio is not doing very well, then if you have a like advisor, financial advisor, then you're working with, then you can reach out to them and then you can just take advantage of restructuring the portfolio, rebalancing the portfolio. If you're doing it yourself, obviously that's a great way is to check up on this on a quarterly basis, because the last thing that you want to happen is for you to lose this hard-earned money. Here's 8 things to consider to secure your financial future by using IRA or 401K. Number 1, identify how much money do you need to retire on. Number 2, understand the basic benefits of the pension plan. Number 3, understand the tax benefits of the plan. Number 4, start earlier. Number 5, maximize the pension contribution. Number 6, take advantage of the employer match contribution. Number 7, diversify your portfolio. And number 8, monitor and readjust your strategies. By understanding different types of pension plans available and taking advantage of the tax savings, you can effectively and fast build your financial security and retire as fast as you would like. Please share with me in the comments what are the ways that you utilize pension plans, what types of contribution do you typically make. Thank you for watching, and remember, it's all in your hands.